we're not in a culture, in a place of the world where we're going to grow because of people coming to our county. We're not going to reach people because there's always new fish coming to town. That's not how it's going to happen. We live in a place where, just like in Bible times, that we need to see the power of God displayed so people have something real to believe. I don't want you to believe in God because I say it from a stage. I don't want those 4-year-olds who have complete faith in God right now to grow up with a 17-year-old faith or be 17 and have a 4-year-old faith. And that's what's happened to our children and our adults. It's what happened to many of you. You had an I love Jesus, yes I do kind of mindset, but as you got older, you stopped believing. You stopped trusting him. You look back and you watch our students worship, like you'll see in a few minutes. And you're like, man, I wish I could do that. What? Is your heart malfunctioning somehow? Does your brain quit working? Do your arms not work? Is there a reason that you can't right now give your heart to Christ and follow him and surrender to him and chase after him? Is there a reason you can't do that? Well, I just feel awkward. Do you hear what that sounds like? We're not in a place where it's going to be easy. And I'm happy about that. I go back to day one. You're here, but the church I talked to 15 years ago, I mean, this is my 15-year anniversary I got now, but the church I talked to 15 years ago, I didn't tell them it's going to be easy either. We don't need to grow because we got a new pastor. We need to grow because God is drawing people, because God is doing something that stirs the heart of people. We live in a place where God's not going to do it out there just like, hey, we'll do what we want to do because we're so nice, God will bring people to us. That's not how it's going to operate. It's going to operate based on us chasing after the heart of God and God rewarding our obedience and our surrender and our trust and saying, they love me, they're called according to my purpose, watch what I work out in their life. God's provision and God's protection is directly related to our level of trust in him. I mean, go back and read Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 10 again. You trust God with all of your heart. What's happening? You honor him with your wealth. What happens? You trust him, you submit your life to him in this way. What's he going to do? Do you want God to make your path straight? Then submit to him. Do you want God to help you financially, to bless you, to provide and protect you financially? Then honor him with your wealth. Do you want God to name the thing? Then do the thing that he asks you to do. It's going to come down to a foundational thing called trust. If our church grows, if the Carnival campus grows, because we get a new building on April the 5th, and we grow by 100 people, and the only reason we grew is because we got a new building, I won't be celebrating that at all. If our church blows up by 300 or 400 people and we double our size, let's say, but the only reason we did it because we had a new building, I won't celebrate that at all. It'd be biblically wrong. I'd rather for us to reach one person than someone just show up. Now, I don't mean that I don't want people to just come, right? But it's about reaching people. That's what Jesus said to do. Go ye therefore into the world, begin with your Jerusalem, preaching, teaching, baptizing, and making disciples. Let's start right here in this room. Let's start right 30 miles south of here in a place called Staunton in that room. Let's start in the life groups that you are attending. Let's start with those who watch on the internet but don't actually involve themselves in church. Let's start with our student ministry. Let's start down the hallway. Let's start recognizing that in the rooms that we have control over, that we have influence in, that all of us aren't saved. that most of us might be saved, but we're not disciples yet. We've not become a disciple of Jesus Christ. We're not actually following him. Well, yeah, I do. No, if you're not submitting, you're not following. If you don't trust him, you're not a disciple. It's just how it works. You can believe the right information. My question is, are you actually a follower of Jesus Christ? The point is, you can't be the more than conqueror thing unless you have first understood what it means to surrender to the one who conquered. It's not I can be a conqueror. It's I can be a conqueror to him who loved me. Because of Jesus, because of who Jesus is, I can do these things. It's God doing it through me because of my choices to submit and my choices of surrender, my choices of trust. That's who this church is called to be. And my guess is if what I'm saying today is coming from God, that there are many of you who God is stirring your hearts. And you're going, yeah, that's where I'm at. And this is the place where I say, I've done what I've been called to do. And that's between you and God. Will you? Won't you? Do you trust him? Will you submit to him? Will you do the thing he's clearly asking you to do? Will you lay down the thing he's clearly asking you to lay down? Will you pick up the thing he's clearly asking you to pick up?